I've recently joined Bitdefender to lead the operations here in the region. And one of the opportunities that the company sees is growing the enterprise business. And this is where we're focusing our growth and our investment for the years to come. And my roles come here to support the local teams, enable our partners, and help our customer in order to leverage the technologies that we're producing in order to have better protection for their environment. Let's take some of the recent insight about the figures and the numbers here in the region. So if we compare, for example, the average time of detecting a breach within a Middle East organization is about 381 days compared to an average global number of about 206 days in order to detect a breach and respond to it. If we look to the best performing countries like Germany, they detect a breach in about 170 days. So here in the Middle East, which is the research has been done mainly in UAE and Saudi, it shows that we're almost double the time needed in order to respond to a breach. This is number one. The second thing, the cost of a breach, right? So the global average, we're talking about 3.8 million, 3.6 million. In the Middle East, we're talking about almost $6 million to respond for a breach, which is one of the highest numbers after the US, which is about $8 million. Even if we look to the numbers of cost of, breach of every records in the Middle East, it's the highest numbers in the region. And these are very high numbers that usually it's very hidden on the cost that's associated with any breach or compromise or any attacks that goes in the region. But on parallel on that, so for example, if we look from management perspective, right? If we look to the global board roles and responsibility for cyber attacks and cyber risks, we find on average about 24-25% of the boards globally are responsible for cyber attacks, results and risks. While here in the region, it's less than 6% of the board's members are responsible for that. So I see there is still lots of ways to go. On top of that, there is lots of regulations going on globally that is really affecting the region. And top business leaders, they realize that changing their technology and updating the result of their companies will be done by doing a digital transformation. And with digital transformation, you have a more association with cyber risks that they can impose to. And they recently started to realize the importance of cybersecurity in order as a tool to enable their journey to better protect their brands and reputation and better results for the organizations. Within Bitdefender, we focus our strategy in terms of being the most trusted cybersecurity brand globally. We leverage our over 18 years of focus on cybersecurity, knowledge, expertise, fighting cyber criminals, in order to develop the technologies and the tools needed to protect organizations from these type of attacks, as well as help them to enable these kind of talents. So we've been engaged with different government organizations to train their talents, enable them, as well as develop more government level enablement program in order to support them. And we're looking to reflect that also here in the region. Although, let's say, when we look to endpoint security, almost 22% of the breaches start from the endpoint, right? Lots of vendors, it's a very crowded market, there is no doubt. We've been very good into that market. We've been, innovating a lot in that things. However, with the escalation of the types of cyber attacks, the techniques that the cyber criminal are using, combination of additional technology are really needed to help support the customers more and enable them to be protected more. So for example, if we look to threat intelligence technology, we're talking about technology that will share more information with the client so they can update their setup, they can fix their configuration to make sure that they are more protected for potential threats before it takes place within their organization. Orchestration and connecting different technology within the environment of the organization is becoming more and more crucial. So the tools that can enable that and can be integrated together, it's becoming very important. So if we take, for example, some of our latest technology, our NTSA product, Network Traffic Security Analytics, which is categorized in the Network Traffic Analytics security segment. So we integrated with our endpoint and EDR security. So organization right now don't only protect, detect, and respond on their endpoint, but also they can do it on the network level. And all of that is integrated together within one dashboard and one solution. Innovation is one of the core principles within Bitdefender, so it's a very core driver within that, and this is how the company is being driven, right? Especially with having lots of, huge amount of data scientists, researcher, engineers within the organization. So in order to achieve, for example, being a trusted vendor for over 150 technology vendors who use our technology and embedded it in their products and offering their customers, achieving high results in terms of the most challenging technical evaluation, let's say research that is done, such as let's say AV test or NSS labs and the others. Innovation was a key element in order to succeed in that. Right? So, for example, if we take artificial intelligence and machine learning, Bitdefender has been doing that now for over 11 years. We've been embedding it in our products, in our technology, in order to really have a high quality of our products. Also, depending only on artificial intelligence and machine learning, we found out that actually, achieve high false positives, and it takes times to learn. So we innovated additional technologies that we really, combined it with the AI and machine learning in order to achieve very low false positive and achieve the result of protection that the customers are looking for.